Hi there, I'm Eshaan M reporting for Kids First. Today, I am super excited to speak with Lindsay Eskildsen, who's coming back to American Ninja Warrior as a mother of two and wants to be known as the Momma Strong Ninja this season. Lindsay currently lives in Huntsville, Alabama, and is a graphic designer. Since the last time she competed in season 10, Lindsay has had children in back-to-back years. Her first child, Ava, was born in 2019, and her second child, Houston, where I'm calling from, was just born in December of 2020. And now she's back, competing on season 13. Thank you, Lindsay, for speaking with me today.
Thanks for having me.
So let's get started with some metrics. So how many hours weekly and in what ways have you trained for the season of American Ninja Warrior?
You know, this year has been completely different than any other year I've competed. Typically, I train kind of year round to get ready for this, but this year I had two babies on my hands. So things looked much different this year. I probably trained for a total of 6 weeks, and a lot of times kind of had to get my babies involved because I had two babies. So I would strap on a baby and use them as like a little baby weight vest and kind of do different exercises holding the babies, or sometimes I have to wait till I put them down at night and train in the evenings. But I was able to kind of sneak away to the ninja gym maybe once or twice a week. So that definitely helped getting on some actual obstacles. But training this year was very different than what I'm used to.
I guess you had an extra obstacle or like an extra thing to balance, right?
Sure.
So as far as that goes, how did you balance your responsibilities with family and being a graphic designer and also make time to train for American Ninja Warrior?
You know, it was tough. Definitely, obviously, my babies were my first priority. So I always made sure the babies are taken care of. And then after that, I was actually lucky. I was still on maternity leave because I literally had just had my baby when I started training. You know, it'd only been, 2.5 months maybe. So I was still on maternity leave. So I did have a little extra time as far as not having to work. But luckily I had a very supportive husband who would kind of watch the babies in the evening and allow me to go out to the ninja gym, here and there. But just kind of had to shift my priorities a little bit and take care of the babies first.
And you made it work.
Yes.
You had stellar performances throughout both seasons 9 and 10. You did incredibly. And for me, as an avid watcher of American Ninja Warrior, I loved those seasons especially. And but there were some times like, Domino Effect and On Rolling Thunder where you struggled a little bit. So how did you prepare for those obstacles and any new things that might come in your way?
It's tough to prepare because you don't know what obstacles you're going to get. You kind of have to be prepared for everything. So with the limited time I had to train, I knew I wasn't going to be able to train for everything. So me, it was kind of more so just kind of getting back to the basics and working that muscle memory. I've been an athlete all my whole life. So my body, I have a lot of body awareness. So I really used my body awareness and technique. I knew my strength wasn't quite going to be there yet. But I did do like practice full course runs with like balance obstacles, kind of just like quick momentum, quick feet. And then I tried to work on my upper body strength as much as I could, although I know it was a little lacking this year. So,
Well, that's good for sure. And has competing in seasons 9 and 10 of American Ninja Warrior changed your life? Besides, of course, meeting your husband, who was a season 8 competitor, have there been any other major changes due to the show?
it's just been Ninja Warrior has been amazing. It's just the community, obviously meeting my husband. It's brought so much positivity in my life, and it's been an incredible platform to kind of spread whatever message you're trying to spread. But it's been a really positive thing, and so yeah, I'm very thankful for it.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. And so what do you learn from each season of competing on Ninja Warrior?
Each season gets a little easier. Your first season, you're just terrified. You go out there, the obstacles are big, you're nervous. You have all the lights and the cameras and stuff. So the first year was it's intimidating. The second year, you kind of like, okay, I know what to expect. And so you go in there and you kind of know what to expect. You still have the nerves, but you know how to like control it a little more. This third year, it was a little different coming back because I'd taken, a couple of years off. So I was nervous. And the thing is, the obstacles get harder every year. So if you're not up in your game, you're a little bit behind. So I was a little worried to see what new obstacles I was going to get. But it was also different this year because we didn't have an audience. So this year was very different than the previous years, which kind of took off a little bit of stress. So I kind of liked that.
Even without an audience, I'm sure just looking at it on TV, Ninja Warrior is a pretty intense show. So how do you get into the mental space to compete?
People don't realize what a mental thing Ninja Warrior is. Obviously it's physical, the physical strength, but it's a huge mental game. So I actually do a lot of preparation for that. And especially because I knew I didn't have as much time to train. So I would do a lot of mental preparation. I would kind of put together a course in my head, and then I close my eyes and kind of figure out my plan of attack. So sometimes you just kind of run through the course like, okay, I'm going to start on my right foot, or I'm going to focus on this when I do this swing or this transfer. So you really just kind of plan things out and run it through over and over in your head. So when you get out there, it kind of just flows naturally.
I'm sure that's a tried and tested technique, and I'm sure it worked out very well for you. And so as a competitor this season, what are you looking forward to the most?
For me, it's such an amazing community. I was excited to get back out in the community and, see all my ninja friends. And, it's people think that, oh, you guys are up against each other. And that's not the case at all. It's kind of like you against the course. So it was nice to kind of get back out there on the course and see all my ninja friends and just be part of the community again.
That's amazing. And so the age limit for the first time in Ninja Warrior history is being lowered to 15 years old.
Yes.
And yeah, so given this, are you looking to train your children as future warriors when they get older?
Absolutely. I would love that. I would love that. I mean, my little 2-year-old, she just turned 2 last week. She's climbing on everything. So I think she's well on her way to becoming a little ninja warrior. So we'll see.
And for you, as a competitor, what are you maybe looking at, or what do you think is going to be different about the show now that the age limit has been lowered?
It's a whole nother ball game. I think it really see, here's the thing. These young kids, they are amazing. This is all they do. They train 24/7 for this, So I was really excited for them to kind of get their chance on the course. But the thing is, it really, really pushes all the veterans to really up their game, because it opens a whole new ball game, So it'll be exciting.
I'm sure. And so if you win the $1 million prize, what would you use it for?
I'm really big into like investing into the future. So obviously it's gonna, college for the kids, maybe go on a little vacation, but basically investing into the future.
That's amazing. And for you personally, what is your message to younger athletes looking to compete in American Ninja Warrior?
The message I would say is to really just dream big, because I know a lot of times people might be intimidated to, go after something that they're not comfortable with, but that's how I was when I went into Ninja Warrior. But it was something that I threw myself into, and I really just went for it, and it was a dream come true. So just always dream big and just work hard towards your dreams, because anything's possible.
I love that message. Dream big is something that I like to say I live by. And so for you as a competitor, who have been your sources of support throughout this entire process? Because I'm sure it was a pretty tough road.
This year especially, I had to rely on, my husband. He has been amazing. Like, if it weren't for him, there's no way I would have made it out there to compete, because, he was on daddy duty a lot, just helping with the kids. And then also my parents, my family, they've been a huge support system for me. They actually watched my babies while I went to go compete. So I knew they were safe at grandma and grandpa's house. So just my family's been amazing.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, Lindsay. It's been a pleasure. American Ninja Warrior Season 13 can be watched on Monday nights on NBC, Peacock, and Rubo TV. I'm Eshaan M reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications by hitting the bell so you don't miss my next interview or those of my amazing Kids First teammates. Also, follow Kids First on social media. Bye!
Thanks for having me.